Hey everybody, this is Steve Moore, owner of Run More, this brick and mortar running shop located in Westminster, Maryland. Well, it's December of 2022 and I thought I would just share a list of my favorite shoes that I've run in this year. Not necessarily the best shoes that we've sold in store, but just more of a personal level, the things that I have really enjoyed running in over the past 12 months. And I will say I'm very lucky. I get to try a ton of shoes, so I've demoed a million different things, and this is just my personal list of things that I go to the most in my own collection. I first wanted to start with like a road shoe. I do most of my running on the trail, so I don't do as much road as probably some of the other people watching here. I would say this year, maybe only 30% of my miles have been on the road. Most of it have been more speedy stuff, workout stuff. I did do some stuff for a road marathon that I did, so I did some of my longer runs on the road, but for the most part, I'm much more of a trail guy. This was the New Balance Rebel 2. I brought mine specifically because this has over 300 miles on it and it's really in good shape. This is that shoe that I pull way more frequently than others on the road because it fits my foot well. It has such a fun, energetic midsole to it. It is a get up and go shoe. I have a joke that I use here all the time because I think I'm hilarious, where I call faster shoes my Ricky Bobby I Want to Go Fast shoe that I stole from Talladega Nights. And this is one of those shoes, and it's sneaky because when you put it on, it's very plush and very cushiony, even though it doesn't have a ton of stack height to it. But it just has that really bouncy, energetic, charged rubber, get up and go midsole to it. And even though there's a new version out, the Rebel version 3, that I've only run in twice, so I really like it, but I just pulled version 2 just because personally that's the one that I've done most of my road miles in this year. But so far the 2 runs that I did in the Rebel 3 felt great. If anything, it has even more bounce to it and the midsole is a little bit better. The only thing that I will say that I didn't enjoy as much on version 3 than 2 is it doesn't have quite as much lateral support to it. I supinate pretty hard, and that was one of the things I really loved on 2, is that little lateral wing seemed a little more apparent to me, and I can even tell in the wear pattern on this one compared to some of my other road shoes that I have less wear pattern on the outside because that shoe did a great job of balancing me. So Rebel 2, Rebel 3, really fun road shoe that you can do some good miles in, fast miles, and if you needed to, you can do some longer miles in it too, because I have, and I really enjoy that shoe. As I mentioned, I do more trail than anything else. I have run a ton of trail stuff this year just because I love running a trail stuff. The HOKA Mafate Speed 4 has been my favorite trail shoe, and I had been, at the time that I got this shoe, I'd been trying a ton of different trail stuff. So I had hoped this shoe would be great, but it really blew me away with how fun. It fits my foot perfectly. This ProFly midsole is responsive, so this is sort of like a Mach, but a trail version of the Mach. If you're somebody who runs in the Mach 5 on the road and you're looking for sort of a trail version, this is gonna be it. It's light, it's bouncy, it's fast, it's very comfortable. It has a Vibram outsole, so it's great in bad, muddy, nasty situations. So far it feels very durable. Very much enjoyed this shoe, and I've done anything from just little 6-mile runs to over 20 miles in this shoe on the trail. Zero issues, zero blisters, zero break-in issue whatsoever. My one buddy that I ran with, he pulled a pair out and did a 20-mile run just out of the box. I had zero problems with it. Very much a fan of this shoe, the HOKA Mafate Speed 4, my trail shoe of the year. Racing. This year I did road races, just a few. I did much more just running this year, but I did do, I just recently ran a 5K in this shoe. I was at a big running conference, and it was cool because I saw a lot of people running in the Altra Vanish Carbon, and it was nice seeing other people in this shoe because I feel like this shoe has been a little bit disrespected this year. I haven't had as many people that were jumping at this shoe than I thought, but the people that have tried it and put it on and actually gotten out and raced in it have had nothing but nice things to say, at least from the people that I've followed up with. I have had great success with this shoe the times that I have run in it. It's fast. I also do some speed work in the Tempo, which is the non-carbon plated version of this shoe. So I sort of have that yin and yang where I can train in a Tempo and race in the carbon version of it. It's fast, it's springy, and quite honestly, it's the most un-ultra shoe out there. It has that Meta Rocker platform, so it feels like it really wants to take off when you're going, but it's still a zero drop. It's very light, fits my foot well. I'm doing Boston in April, so unless something changes, I will probably race Boston in this shoe because I just feel very comfortable in it, and I know that it's sneaky, cushiony. I can run a long way in it, and it just feels nice and fast, and that forked carbon plate to it is great to give a little bit of stability, so as the miles get longer and your form gets a little sloppy, it'll also add some stability to your strike as you're running. My shoe I wear around more than anything else is the HOKA Arahi. I love this shoe. Again, I wear the outside of the shoes very hard. I'm very hard on the outside of my foot. This shoe has a different level of density. It has that J-frame of stability, but having that little extra support on the outside of my foot has helped balance me out. It's really helped my hips. Over the years, like a lot of people, you take your favorite retired pair of running shoes and you become your sort of knock-around shoe. And I've done that for years. This is one of those, last, I don't know, maybe 2 years where I've actually just taken a nice pair of new shoes and made them my walking shoe instead of just taking a crappy pair of shoes that I've run 500 miles in and wearing them to work, partly because I will wear shoes in here that are just dirty and crappy because they're my retired running shoes. But now I'm like, I should probably have nicer shoes in here. So I've been using the HOKA Arahis and I've had nothing but good success with them. Took them on a trip, walked, ran, hiked, did everything in them. Helped my hip, very comfortable, very light, great everyday shoe. I'm going into shoe I'm most disappointed in 2022. It is the New Balance Supercomp Trainer. I think of all the shoes of this year, I was most excited for this, and I think partly because I love the Rebel so much. I love the concept of this shoe. I actually kind of like the fact that it was technically, you couldn't race in it. The old Red Dragon is not necessarily street legal. You really shouldn't take this out because it's above WADA's stack height. So this shoe was just meant to be a nice training shoe, and it had a lot of that really fun midsole feeling to it that you should have in the Rebel. I thought this would be like a fun, bouncy, go fast, don't feel the ground shoe. And it just felt kind of clunky to me. I feel really off balance in it. It fits awful. I find like my ankle doesn't feel great. I have to retie it on runs, and I've given it a bunch of tries. It just has not worked out for me, and I was just so disappointed because I had waited and it got delayed and I had waited and it came in and I had just had a very meh experience with it. So that being said, shoes I'm really looking forward to in 2023. Version 2. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, can't fool me twice. I'm excited to try version 2. I got a chance to see this at my running convention this past year, and the next version looks really good. They lowered the stack height, so it technically will fall in that racing category. It'll be 39.5 millimeters of stack height, so you can race in it. And they've changed the midsole around. They put in a little piece of like almost like a plastic layer of a TPU in the middle there to give a little bit of firmness to it, so you don't sink into it and you have a little more propulsion to it. It fit a little bit better, so I think that's going to be a really nice update to a shoe I was really excited about. So I'm really anticipating a better version coming out later this year. I think it comes out in October, November of 2023 is version 2 of the Supercomp Trainer from New Balance. Another shoe we're very excited about is the Altra Torin 7. The Torin was such a great shoe for us for years, and then version 5 they kind of botched. As a lot of people know, the tongue on that shoe just didn't work out. Version 6 is good, but it's not great. Version 7, of all the Altra shoes that I tried for next year, that is the best one. I think that will bring that shoe back to the mountain for Altra, and I think for our shop and a lot of people who've been looking for the Torin to get a big update, this will be a big update, and we're very excited about it, coming out in May of 23. So that is my Steve's list of shoes that I loved running in, shoes I was disappointed in, shoes I'm looking forward to in 2023. I'd love to know sort of your thoughts on my list and some of your own thoughts. If you have a favorite in your category that you run in this year that you had great success with, leave it down below. I'm always curious to see what everybody else had success in, so maybe I can come and steal those shoes as well. Thank you so much, and if you were interested in purchasing any of these fine products, we'll have a link down below. If you enter promo code RUNMORE in there, you'll save 10% and we'll ship it out for free. And if you wanted to do me a solid and support our shop, a fun, free, easy way to do it is to just go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. We would really appreciate it. And if you find yourself in Maryland, in the greater Westminster area, stop on by and say hello. I'm here a lot of the days. I love coming and chatting with people. We have some great fun products here, so stop on by. And thank you so much. Have a happy holiday season, and we'll see you around town.